Donald Trump's trip to the United Kingdom is failing so spectacularly and so disastrously that my prediction is Trump's approval rating never recovers. Now, I'm going to show you some of what went down here. I do think, and even before we get into the clips, for context, and we'll get back to this, Donald Trump's hands look completely rotten. They every single public appearance, they look worse and worse and worse. And we're going to get back to that in a moment. But Donald Trump, flat out incoherent, sitting alongside King Charles. You see Secretary of State Marco Rubio to King Charles's left. Everyone looking around. What is going on with this guy? He can barely articulate a thought here.
It's a singular privilege to be the first American president welcomed here. And if you think about it, it's a lot of presidents, and this was the second state visit, and that's the first. And
this is the second state visit, and that's the first.
Maybe that's going to be the last time. I hope it is, actually. But this is truly one of the highest honors of my life.
Total incoherence, total absurdity. Reporting that the environment inside the room was tense in the way of, I mean, listen, to be perfectly frank, in the Biden White House, especially after that disastrous debate, it's been widely reported that every time Biden would speak publicly, there was tension. Staffers were tense. Oh my God, is he going to lose his train of thought? What's going to happen here? Reportedly, the same thing is going on with Donald Trump, where people go, oh, is he going to mispronounce? Is he going to go off on some tangent? Does he have any idea what's going on here? Donald Trump really, really struggling to read his remarks.
In the finest tradition of British sovereigns, he's given his whole heart, everything he's got, to those parts of Britain that are beyond the realm of mere legislation. It's not easy. But which define its essence and its virtue, its harmony, and its soul.
Listen, you can tell Trump doesn't even understand syntactically what it is that he is reading. And maybe the most humiliating moment when Trump started with some very risky pronunciation. You know, when Trump has to pronounce names, it can get pretty dicey. Here is Trump talking about a number of unbelievable authors, none of whom Trump has read any of the works from.
Perfected in the pages of Shakespeare and Dickens and Tolkien, and Lewis, Orwell, and Kipling. Incredible people, unbelievable people like we have rarely seen before, probably won't see again.
Yes, I always, when I want to have feedback about the literary world, think of Donald Trump and just everyone in the room looking around like, what the hell is going on? And then a weird moment, Trump did his routine where he says, we are the hottest country in the world, but he thanks King Charles for saying, you gave us the footing when we started, which I guess is sort of like a thank you for the Revolutionary War. It's so bizarre. It's what is going through this? It's the cringe heard round the world.
The bond of kinship and identity between America and the United Kingdom is priceless and eternal. It's irreplaceable and unbreakable. And we are, as a country, as you know, doing unbelievably well.
We're hotter than ever.
We had a very sick country 1 year ago, and today, I believe we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. In fact, nobody's even questioning it, but we owe so much of that to you and the footing that you gave us when we started.
The footing you gave us when we started. There is no, you think back to Trump's arrival in the UK and massive projections and images of Trump with Jeffrey Epstein strategically placed at Windsor Castle and elsewhere. You see Trump's favorability and approval among global citizens, among European citizens, specifically among those in the UK. It's even worse than in the United States. You know, in the US, he's like in the high 30s. I believe it was the UK, or was it Europe? No, I think it was the UK number, Trump with 23% favorability. What empirical case is there to make that this presidency is good for the reputation of the United States around the world? And we sort of delved into that a little bit yesterday. And the answer is there really is no such case to be made. This has been a complete and total exercise in humiliation. And Trump, quite literally, doesn't seem to have the slightest idea what's going on, both in terms of decorum, tone, history, context, protocol. And this is not me going, oh, it's the Brits. Everything must be protocol. And Trump should always walk behind King Charles. And by the way, Trump walked in front of him. I don't even really care about that from the standpoint of enforcing arbitrary, royal family crap that I don't even give a damn about. This is just about the idea of how are we supposed to relate to our allies? And why is it that increasingly Trump relates to anti-democratic authoritarian adversaries in the way that shows deference and how impressed he is, and he's just so taken with it. And increasingly with our allies, it's sort of like, does he even recognize what we're doing here? Like what actually is it that is taking place here? And it is bizarre and wacky stuff.